Our hearts go out, and our prayers to all the families, all those who were on the bus, everyone who was involved in the accident.
A devastating day for a local community. A charter bus carrying students, parents, and staff from Tuscarawas Valley High School down to Columbus was rear-ended by a semi-truck.
In total, the fiery crash involved 5 vehicles, leading to at least 3 deaths and 18 injuries. Thank you for joining us here on News 5 at 4. I'm John Kosick.
And I'm Katie Houston, live in Zorville near the school district. Here is what we know so far. The crash happened at 8:45 this morning on Interstate 70 near State Route 310 in Licking County. And as of this hour, that section of highway remains closed. All day, our crews have been working to gather you more information about the crash and hear from the people impacted by this tragedy. I've been in Tuscarawas County this afternoon talking with community members, people who knew people on that bus. Today has been a very difficult day, absolutely heartbreaking day, as the families and the community members wait to learn the full extent of the casualties and the injuries and what exactly happened. News 5's Bob Jones has been gathering information since this morning as well. Part of our team on the ground, he was there as the Ohio State Highway Patrol and Governor DeWine addressed this tragedy and the investigation. Bob, live near the crash scene. Bob, talk to us about what you've learned and what we know right now.
Well, Katie, this is absolutely a heartbreaking situation in Licking County, just east of Columbus, or as the governor called it today, our worst nightmare. We are right near I-70, where this tragic accident happened hours ago, just before 9 o'clock in the morning, and parts of that highway remain shut down tonight. The latest information we have learned is that 3 people were killed and 18 people who were injured were taken to 7 hospitals, but no ages or names have been released at this point. The Associated Press reported there were 57 people on board the charter bus. The Ohio State Highway Patrol says the fiery crash involved 5 vehicles and a semi slammed into the back of that charter bus carrying band members and students from Tuscarawas Valley High School on their way to the Ohio School Board Association conference in Columbus. We're told parents and teachers were also on that bus. Dozens of EMS crews along with medical helicopters responded to the mass casualty crash as I-70 was shut down in both directions. Governor Mike DeWine said a short time ago he is ordering flags to be lowered at half staff at the Capitol and in Tuscarawas County.
This tragedy is just, it's really kind of hard to describe. I had the chance to talk very briefly to some of the students, one of the moms who was picking up her child as well as several other children and taking them back home. Just didn't feel it was right for me to try to, say anything to the students except I was sorry.
It could take quite some time to figure out exactly how this accident happened. The State Patrol says they will have to figure out the sequence of events, which vehicles hit which vehicles, before they can figure out exactly how this all transpired tragically this morning, Katie. And they're also going to be looking for video from along the highway or from wondering to see if there's any on the bus or from other vehicles. They're going to look for any video that might give them some clues as to how this happened. Katie.
So many questions, Bob, but so much heartache. Thank you so much for that breakdown. Now, the superintendent of the schools here released a statement confirming it was Tusky Valley students and chaperones on their way to the Ohio School Boards Association conference, as Bob told us, in Columbus. News 5 confirmed that conference was canceled after news of the crash spread. Meantime, superintendent says the school is focusing on getting in touch with the families who have loved ones on that bus, adding, our Trojan family is strong, and it will take that strength and love to get through these challenging days ahead. Walking around this community, I was talking with people in Zoar Village and the surrounding area, and they are just heartbroken. You can feel it. I feel it now still standing here. Everybody knows everyone, which means that most people know someone impacted by this tragedy today involving Tusky Valley. They tell me these kids are like our kids. I also talked with the pastor at a nearby church, Pastor Jimmy McLeod of First Christian Church, and he tells me a number of Tusky Valley administrators, educators, faculty, and families are part of their congregation of roughly 2,000, and says this is a tough, tough day.
People are very close, and it's a hardworking community. You know, people who grow up in this community stay in this community, and so you're talking generations of people who've been good friends and very close, and that makes these things really hard. I just want the families and everybody at the school to know that we're with them, we're praying for them, we're here to support them and encourage them any way we can.
A lot of people telling me they are just in shock. They just can't believe this happened. But they again shared that they are praying with these families. They will be there for these families. I also talked with the mayor of the Zoar Village, a lifetime resident of this area. We'll hear much more from him coming up as well right here later on News 5. Now, several law enforcement and emergency management officials set up a reunification site for families to meet up with loved ones involved in this crash. That's happening at Etna United Methodist Church, and officials have asked for privacy during the reunification process, as you can imagine, so very difficult. So our News 5 team was asked to leave that church area. We did. Those students were riding on a bus that was operated by Pioneer Trails. We checked out their website, and we learned it's a family-owned business that has been in operation since 1984. The company did put out a statement on Facebook saying it is fully cooperating with authorities during this investigation. Right now, News 5 investigator Scott Knoll is looking into their safety record. He's also trying to learn all he can about the semi-truck company and the driver involved in this crash. Scott will break all that down for you coming up tonight on News 5 at 6 o'clock. In addition to Scott, we have multiple crews working to gather more information for you. We also have a team going to the vigil at the Tusky Valley High School Stadium. That starts at 7 o'clock. We will continue to bring you those details throughout all the later editions of News 5 at 5 and 6 o'clock, as well as our News 5 app and our website, news5cleveland.com.